Hey everybody, this is Mad Matt Carter. Thank you so much for watching the AIWF Network YouTube channel as well as the AIWF Ringside Wrestling channel. If you like what you see, please do us a big favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications every time we post new videos on both our channels. It means a lot to us, and thanks a lot for watching once again.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Professor Rick Delsanto show. Of course, this is me, the Professor Rick Delsanto. We've got a very special guest. Of course, I've had done numerous various podcasts with this gentleman under different names. He's a very close friend, Bull Dredd. What's going on?
Hey, Goomba. I like the new setup.
Yeah.
The Prof, Rick Delsanto. Salud.
Yeah.
Wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to be talking wrestling and life and whatever bullshit else comes up.
Yeah, well, we talk quite a bit about life and such. Did you see? Let's see, what is it? Did you hear the Iron Maiden news of today?
No.
The what's his name? The original singer died. Paul.
Oh yeah. I saw a clip. Yeah. What's his name passed away? The original singer.
Yeah. I just
Paul Diano.
That's right. I literally just watched something, and I wanted to bring that up on the show. What do you think? Were you a fan of him in that era of Iron Maiden? I know you were kind of a metal guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't start listening to metal, I didn't start realizing who Iron Maiden was until Bruce Dickinson. Probably one of my fondest memories of who Iron Maiden was the seventh son of the seventh son, or something. Yeah, is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. Can I Play with Madness? That was like one of my first songs that was ever introduced to me that I watched on Headbangers Ball. That's how I got into Iron Maiden. Yeah,
Headbangers Ball is very influential on people such as our age, I guess you could say.
Yeah, well, that's what introduced us to metal music. I mean, it was like, to us in that time, it was like waiting to stay up till midnight. You would record it or set your VCR to record it the same way we would do to try to stay up to watch ECW on Saturday nights.
Or Saturday night's main event, whenever that aired, growing up.
Yeah.
Headbangers Ball was, I think, that was 2 hours, midnight to 2 a.m. every Saturday night. And I would, I think, during that time, I was actually able to stay awake that late. So that was kind of enjoyable and fun. It wasn't like I was old enough, I guess, to stay awake that late. And it was always on Saturdays. If it was Sunday, I probably would have had to go to bed earlier. But I always recorded like 120 minutes and stuff like that, which was the Sunday, which played all the alternative music on Sunday nights,
Yeah, I remember. It was so good. I used to go crazy. You'd be able to set up your VCR to record stuff. I used to record like Charles in Charge or 90210 or any shows that I couldn't watch. I got into one soap opera. It was called Days of Our Lives, and the only reason why I watched it was because one of the main characters was possessed by a demon. So I was interested. So I watched the whole storyline. I'm like, I can't believe I'm fucking watching this. But whatever. It was great.
When I was in between jobs once, I was unemployed for a short period as a parent, staying home when my oldest kids were, in their youngest stage. Probably for about 6 months I was unemployed. And we didn't have cable at the time. And so the thing with that is I watched a lot of PBS and ABC. So I found myself watching, was it Regis Philbin a lot?
Yeah.
And whatever came on as far as the soap operas. So I found myself on a daily basis watching General Hospital. And I said, what the hell was wrong with me? Because I was only in my 30s.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm not, it's like a middle-aged woman show, really, but,
Well, you get hooked with the storylines,
Yeah.
That's same thing in wrestling.
Yeah, and that's why we're here, because, professional wrestling is our life, and we're something that we're very, very involved with, and we had a pretty eventful weekend. You had an eventful Friday night a couple weeks ago. Let's go back to, before we get into Friday night, let's go back about a week ago. October 12th, you took on Ryan Frost, and then you had a little speech, which we're going to play here.
way.
Exactly.
Obviously hasn't led me nowhere. Everyone in the back, you guys are soft. It's time to bring this business back to the way it used to be. Old school. And I'm starting with you.
All right, so
Well,
go ahead.
listen, we talk heavily about the business, and what it's become right now.
Yes.
And it's just not the way it used to be. It's a different landscape, and me and Frost, we have this friendship, we have this rivalry, but the business and everybody in this day and age that's hasn't been around that long. A lot of us vets had to scratch and claw to kind of get to where we are. We got over without social media, and we got over for a reason. And some of us are still around, and I feel some of the business ain't going to be the same, especially in New England. Now, and the way I look at it is this: is wrestling today the same as it was what we grew up on?
Absolutely not. It's completely different.
All right. When did it start changing? When a lot of the old timers, a lot of the guys we grew up watching, kind of just disappeared and passed away, or just
started in the 90s into the 2000s and earlier 2000s, I'd have to say, because both of us are 80s kids. We grew up watching a lot of the 80s professional wrestling.
Yeah. And it's I feel what's missing this day is the men, when men were men, when beasts were beasts, like what we would do, what it takes to win. It's not about who can outwork or outmaneuver the other person. It's about who's going to fucking kick somebody's ass to take that title and get a win. And the business has become soft. A lot of the guys that are up and comers, new, I'm not going to say everybody, but it's become, it's just like we say about the generation. A lot of people just feel like they're entitled, and I feel a lot of the talent feel like they're entitled. And I don't want to come across that I feel entitled because I'm a veteran or a legend or anything like that. But it's time to bring some change. And I think Frost has been kind of had the easy way. And I'm like, you know what? I kept doing things the right way, try to be doing the things the right way. It's just like that saying, nice guys finish last. You know what I mean? But, nice guys, good guys finish last, if you know what I mean. But sometimes having a good heart, it doesn't get you anywhere. There's only so much you can take. And I've had a good heart. I've been a great sportsman, being gentleman and stuff like that. But I saw the opportunity, and I'm like, you know what? I'm at the later stage of my career, and I just don't. The last 5 years, it's been a great run. Being a top guy, getting the cheers and everything, and it's great. The respect, but I kind of feel that the respect value is kind of diminished a little bit. I'm like, yo, I'm still here. I may be a little step behind, but my presence is still here. And, the future hasn't happened yet. And that's the statement that I'm making. And that's why I did what I did, because I'm going to take that title to prove a point that me at 49, I am still the top man here in New England. And it's about bringing the old school values back. Professional wrestling, blood, sweat, and tears, not fucking high spots, this and that, just talking shit but not be able to back it up. I'm a fighter. I'm a dog. I'm a beast. And that's why I did what I did, because friendship is aside, now this is business, and this is my legacy that's on the line right now. And I'm just adding to it. They're just beginning. I've already established mine, and I just feel like anything that I've done over the past 20 years kind of feels like it's been getting swept underneath the rug and not being respected for it. I'm like, yo, you guys had it easy. Try getting over without social media.
Yeah, it's a different time period for sure. Different time period. How do you feel, though, that you've challenged twice for a world championship? and I believe that you kind of got screwed as well.
At PAPW?
In both those two matches. Yes, in PAPW.
Well, that's something that I'm going to have to take up with upper management. How the fuck does Alan Compass get a title shot, and I'm the one that got screwed over twice, and now I got to get in a Rumble just to freaking get the number one contender?
Yeah.
That's something that I have to talk to Roma and Mario about. I'm like, what is going on? I mean, I thought these guys had my back, and all of a sudden now I've gotten screwed over twice. And next thing you know, somebody else, jumps ahead of me. And nothing against Alan Compass. He's only been in this business 2 years.
Yeah. It could be his popularity that it's getting him there. I mean, it's, the business is about making money. It's about drawing fans in, and Alan Compass draws in a serious amount of fans.
That's all great, fine, and dandy. But what do you bring to the table that is going to last in a fan's mind? What type of impact are you bringing to the business? There's a difference between being over, and there's a difference between being popular.
Yeah. Even
though they're pretty much the same thing, anybody could get cheered. The good guy's always going to get cheered, no matter what, But is he willing to do what it takes to win? I don't think none of these guys have that heart.
Is he going to last 25 years?
I don't know.
He also has, the assistance of things like Frank the Whooping Crane and such items like that,
Well, don't forget, me and Compass have wrestled once, and he used Frank the Crane to win the match illegally. Maybe he has what it takes to win.
Yeah.
But does he really?
We'll find out.
Will he bleed to win? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's still young in his career. Now, I spoke with him the other day. He's only been in this business for 2 years. I thought there was at least another year or two on that. But so I thought it was at least 3 or 4. So maybe I was mistaken. So
wait till about 15 if he makes it, and see what type of impact is he left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like when you first met me when I came to PAPW. That first night that I wrestled for PAPW, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's the type of impact you need to leave.
Well, I remember watching you for many years, and, I had been gone a couple of years, and I sat there, and when you were introduced, I said, holy shit, Bull Dredd is here. I said, I didn't, it was kind of, but since that evening, we've developed quite the friendship, I believe, the last, was that probably 5-6 years ago now? Maybe? Roughly?
Yeah, 2019 was my first match with PAPW, so 5 years.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty incredible, because I remember watching you on ACW, Northeast, all that stuff. So it's quite enjoyable.
Jimmy Valiant, Boogie Woogie, man.
Legendary Boogie Woogie.
Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute. Hang on.
What are you doing around
Who was that calling you, buddy?
This is our neighborhood.
You done made a mistake.
You should be retired, Boogie.
Wait a minute, boys! Let me take a bite of my king dog.
You say king dog?
King dog?
Is that what he said? What happened?
Come on, boy!
Don't let hunger bully you. Get yourself a king dog, and you too can become a super hunger fighter.
Secondhand Heroes and Home for Wayward Villains is a comic book shop and gaming store that also features Magic the Gathering and D&D. Located at 18184 Leesville Road in Evanston, Virginia, Secondhand Heroes is your one-stop shop for you to get your nerd on. Open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. They don't close until the dice stop rolling. They buy, sell, trade, barter, and haggle, specializing in collectible toys, both vintage and modern, comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, console, and arcade cabinets to play, all set to free play. Host your game night with us. Monday night D&D video game competitions, and so much more. Something for the collector and gamer in us all. Call 434-317-0121 or shoot us an email with any questions to secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. Note, secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. That's 2ND, handheroesva@gmail.com. Come game with us.
But you're saying that there's not enough old school in professional wrestling anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, and it's not about, you know, you got to get with the times. I get that. It's, you know, but I blame, you know, companies like Ring of Honor, Beyond, you know, which went on to becoming like AEW right now, which is pretty much super indie with people with contracts. There's no more old school storytelling. It's about dream matches. And who gives a fuck about fucking promoters who have done nothing in this business booking just dream matches for fans to see, to draw some money. Every show should be booked like telling a story, just the way a match should be booked telling a story.
Matches for the sake of booking matches, dream matches that the promoter wants to see, not necessarily, you know, the fans in general. It's what the promoter wants to see because it's a dream match that main person wants to see, right?
Right.
And it's, you know, and it's none of them have storylines. A lot of these shows just have matches for the sake of being matches.
Well, I mean, I get it and I understand. I mean, because like, you know, I put myself in that position of booking like a show, and I'm like, all right, which guys would I use? You know what I mean? So like, I kind of think that in that perspective, like I said, put myself in their shoes. But here's the difference: I'm a worker. Some promoters have never stepped in the ring.
Right.
You know, I feel anybody could do. A good worker should be able to do anything. Will be able to do anything. Anybody that's just been a friend of somebody that's in the business only sees that end and inserts himself, and like all of a sudden I'm in the wrestling business and I'm booking a fucking show, and you know it's like it's like a, you know, it's like a society where people have a secret handshake. Those are the guys that get booked.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, I'm long gone being bitter about all that crap. I just know that my presence is still known here. And until I decide to walk away, you know, the future hasn't happened yet. You know, I'm still the old dog that's here. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm, not to bring myself up to the Undertaker's level, but I'm that dog right now that you need to, it's like almost me giving you the thumbs up, like, yeah, you're good. You know, you're the future of this business. And I don't give that to many people. You know, because I tell kids in the locker room now, look around every locker room you go. Maybe about 80% of you will not make 20 years in this business because they get discouraged because they're not where they want to be, or they feel they're so much better than what they are. They're not getting what they deserve. Then they get discouraged and they walk away. So then you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah. Who in this? Who is there? Anybody out there in this generation that you think's got it as far as that goes?
Brad Baylor.
Yeah.
I think he has it. And the young kid right now, Jeremy LaCroix.
He's very good. He's very, very good. And he's got the attitude, I think, too.
I saw a clip of him from TOS the other night, and he's a young, hungry heel. Somebody that I can take under my wing.
Yeah. Wow. You think you could? You think that you'd like to get in the ring with him and compete against him? I think it'd be a pretty interesting matchup.
I'm all for any fight with anyone.
Yeah. Did you listen to the podcast I did with him about a month ago?
No.
No? You should check it out. He's quite entertaining. Okay. Yeah, you should check it out. Yeah.
Well, he's entertaining. We've had our exchanges, me, him, and Mikey.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was his father that, like, you know, had some comments for me one time at the Armada Brewery when I was cutting a promo. I didn't forget about that, Jeremy.
Jeez. Wow, I'm looking forward to that. So, are you competing in the Rumble this Saturday? The Rumble in Paris,
Yes, I'll
by the
be at
way,
the Rumble
is
this Saturday. PAPW.
that's PAPW. That's 662 Co Avenue, East Haven, Connecticut. Rumble in Paradise. You're gonna want to come by and watch it. It's gonna be a fun event. What is your position on that show so far? I don't think I've seen it.
I'm in the Rumble.
Okay.
I'm in the Rumble, then it leads into Diesel, into Diesel Mania. It's not called Diesel Mania anymore. It's called Mania at
Mania in Paradise.
Mania in Paradise at the JCC. But I have I got a busy schedule. Again, like I said, I'm wrestling more this year than I was last year. And last year I was saying the same thing about the year before. This Saturday, PAPW, and next weekend I'm actually off. I actually have a weekend off. November 9th, I'll be in New World Wrestling Extreme. November 16th is PAPW. November 23rd is Tough and Talented. December 5th is CXW back at Legends, where I'm going to take on Nate Nastic and get revenge on him in a Bristol street fight, bring it back hardcore. December 6th, I'm going to be at Lit. It debuts in Springfield, Mass. Then December 14th, Vanguard in Bristol, Connecticut, which I think is going to be taking on Ryan Frost one more time for the title.
Wow.
I believe.
Let's go back and talk about Nate Nastic and CXW from this Friday night. You lost when the referee was distracted. He hit you with a foreign object. He tried to get a foreign object out on you on numerous occasions, but that referee got one away from him, went to go put it away, and he nailed you again, and then ended up rolling you up for the pin. And you challenged him right then and there, right after the match, for that hardcore match, the Bristol Street Fight, which is in December. What was it? December what?
December 5th, Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yeah, it's a random Thursday night show for us at Connecticut Extreme Wrestling.
Yeah, well, it's more my element, and the kid has an ass beating that he has coming to him. Nate grew up watching me. Him and his dad. I wrestled his father 20 years ago. Wow. Now I have nothing but love and respect for gymnastic. I do, but I warned him. I told him to talk some sense into his kid, and Nate didn't want to listen. I got to hand it to him. He brought it Friday night. But he doesn't know who he's messing with. And, he brought out the brass nuts, and he got the cheap win. And I immediately got Shay Slater in the ring, challenged to give me my match. This kid wants to go hardcore. I'm going to make him bleed. I'm going to drag his fucking ass all throughout Legends Bar and teach him a lesson that his father didn't teach him when he was young.
Wow.
You got to respect the legends. You got to respect the veterans. And that's what's missing right now. Not enough respect for us veterans.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. I think he's got something coming to him that he's not prepared for, quite honestly. Well,
he doesn't know what he has coming. He doesn't know the fire he had lit. It's going to blow up in his ass December 5th at CXW.
All right. Well, that's December 5th, CXW. We got a lot more shows coming up. Dredd, I would love to say thank you.